Hello. Today I'd like to talk about three things. First, I'd like to continue our discussion from last week about the causes of civil conflict. Second, I'd like to spend more time fleshing out our understanding of human security, what it means and what effects it can have on conflict. And then I'd like to talk about the case study for this week, which is Burundi, a country that is one of the least developed countries around the world that's recently had a change in president and a history of civil conflict, to look at how a couple of main elements we're going to be focusing on in this class: economic development, how that relates to human security and conflict, can apply to the case of Burundi. And I think overall, today's theme is related to money, right? Something that we all have to live with and have different personal and societal experiences and expectations about what role money plays in our lives and how it can shape people's incentives to do things or not do things. And today that links to the main puzzle that motivates a large amount of research on civil conflict. If a lack of economic development and a lack of money is so important, there's a lot of people around the world that don't have a lot of money, yet their countries aren't in civil war. So how is it that poverty is still relatively common in certain parts of the world, but conflict is still relatively rare? And I think this is an important subject that we should care about for a number of different reasons. One, countries like Australia, the United States, and Japan, Germany, other countries around the world have given billions of dollars in foreign aid for decades, and there are increasing questions about why that foreign aid might not have had as great as impact as people has expected. In countries that have had civil wars since the end of World War II, over 16 million people have died in civil conflicts. It is the most common form of conflict, as we saw last week, in the world today. And there's still a number of conflicts, sadly, that are ongoing. Syria has gotten attention in recent years, Yemen a bit less so, but there's still a large number of ongoing civil conflicts in nations around the world, from Bangladesh and Myanmar to Libya, Philippines, eastern parts of the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's a number of different low-level conflicts going on, as well as larger ones that are causing the loss of life of thousands of people around the world, even today. And third, I mean, money is crucial to be able to provide for people's basic human security needs. And because of the lack of funding or the lack of being able to bring life-saving medication to people around the world, we have over 2.8 million children dying in the first week of life and over 1 million people dying of malaria every year. These are things that can be prevented with sufficient resources in the areas that need them at particular points in time. We've come in a long way in the last couple of centuries in alleviating poverty and human suffering. I don't want to downplay that, but there still is both relative and absolute inequality around the world, and that can shape our understanding of what motivates people to fight in civil wars. So let's go ahead and get started.